Hey guys, welcome to Kipoerneke's Corner. I'm over in EverQuest Legends, and I've just wandered into Kaladim. So I've gotten my faction up with these guys. They're the Storm Guard, so I can run around in here somewhat. There are still some of them that don't love me, but I'm wondering if I can go maybe and use their forge to deal with some of the stuff in my bags. I don't know, maybe. Let's check out the map. We're going to go to find, and then I'm going to try to find the forge. I've never really done anything here, so there's one forge. Seems decent enough. Maybe if I try the other one, the first one we run across here, maybe that'll be closer. I'm not sure. Let's check. Oh, we have to wait another 3 seconds before we can request another path. How interesting. Okay. Surely been long enough. There we are. Looks like the same forge. All right. Did I click the same button twice? Highly possible. See if we can follow this yellow wisp here somewhat. It can be difficult to find it for me sometimes. Looks like it's going right here. It doesn't make any sense. Here we go. Let's check them out. All right. Let's follow it on here. Make life easy. Okay. Right here by Red Fist's Metal, we have a forge. That makes sense, right? Okay. Make sure I have... There we go. Chat is on. Okay. Now, here's the forge. I should have enough sharpening stones to be able to sharpen anything. It occurs to me, though, probably I needed to go to the bank because I think the last thing I had done is turned a bunch of rusty things into tarnished things. I'm going to go ahead and see by typing in tarnished, make sure we have everything created, but really kind of think we do. We'll see. No, I guess I don't. There's a broadsword. Let's do it. Combine it, see what we can get. We're missing a sharpening stone. That's okay, because we're going to put a check mark on this personal depot and try again, because I definitely have some in my personal depot. So I did that, and I am automatically not encumbered now, because it decreased the weight of it, I suppose, or no, because it pulled it out of my bags while it was on my cursor. Now I stuck it back in my bags, and I am encumbered once more. It's a little bit heavy for me. I'm not super encumbered, and the reason that I'm encumbered at all is because I'm carrying around a box right now. I looted a box while I was out and about in Butcherblock, and it's heavy. So I need to get it to a bank. Right now, I am not at a bank, obviously, and so too bad, so sad. All right. So it looked like that was probably the only one that I hadn't turned into a tarnished thing. So let's see if we can find the bank. I'm going to find, and then I don't see banker jumping out to me here, unfortunately. There is an area that is South Kaladim, I believe, or maybe I'm in South Kaladim, so I'm probably going to head to North Kaladim, right? One would assume, because I don't see the banker here. Hopefully, there's a banker over there. Only one way to find out. We'll head over to North Kaladim. Now, I definitely got attacked when I was in North Kaladim before. So, there's the possibility that something over there will not love ogres. In spite of all the hard work I did killing orcs. We shall see. Maybe it'll be grand and glorious, and nothing shall attack me. Who knows? Let's go a little ways in, and then we'll find. There's a banker right there. Okay. He's a little ways away, but not too far. Maybe I'll make it without getting killed, but I ran into some hole there. All right, Baker is kind of far back in this. Oh, yeah, no, that's the guy. He killed me last time, and he killed me again. Fauny just stands. He hates me so much. Let's respawn. Now, the question is, to get closer? No, closer is not what we did. So, how do I get to the banker? Or is it even possible when you're an ogre to get to a banker? I'm not sure. Let's click and find. Is he the only banker? It kind of looked like it. He is the only banker. What a shame. That could be a problem. Let's try to get on this side of him. Maybe go in this way into the tiny, tiny door. How do I get in there? Can I crouch and then maybe shut the door? And no. Can I not go in? Oh, wait, I did it. Yes, excellent. All right, we made it in. It's not great, but we're here. Okay, excellent. Not quite where I need to be yet. Is this the right way? No, wrong way. Okay. Back this way. And looks like downstairs. Okay, somehow I have to get through that little tiny doorway there. No Hope says, join a second, I'll help you out. Okay. Thanks. Let's see here. Not consider. Maybe I can get through there. Yeah, slowly but surely. Made it in. I can't see anything. Let's go into first person maybe. Oh, he did it. How nice. Made me tinier. All right, now things are infinitely better. And there's the banker. Wonderful. Okay, so we've made it over here, and we've got some boxes we can throw over. Let's put a box right there, and then turn off the bags, because I definitely can do this. No Hopes tells me there's some shoulder room in Blackborough that have some shoulders in Blackborough that have shrink clicky. Nice. I'll have to figure out how to get to Blackborough. That's awesome. Will definitely be helpful. All right, let's first see if we can throw a bunch of this stuff into the bags. Into those boxes, actually. Oh, he says, bark splinted shoulder pads, refuge shroud exaltation. If we click on it, we see this. It is a pair of shoulder pads, obviously. Our shoulders, not shoulder pads. I mean, they are shoulder pads, it says so, but... And then the click effect is shrink. Very nice. That's awesome. Definitely could use that. I think I'm going to get a shrink spell at some point, as I recall, as a shaman, I think. But it's going to be like level 15, so I'm a ways away from it. If I could get something like that, that would be super cool. And then Refuge Shroud is the other thing he's showing me, which is also shoulders. So I guess there's two different kinds of shoulders over there. That's very nice. Very cool, very cool. Very nice of with No Hope to help me out there. Turns out there was hope. It's a rusty sad, so I definitely want to put that in my bags. What do I have that's not rusty, or tarnished, rather, that I might want to put into the bank for now? So far, everything's looking pretty tarnished. I think I can safely put the loot. Well, maybe not. I'm not sure which of my things use stringed instruments. In fact, what I can do is equip it in my any slot, maybe. Maybe not while I'm banking. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. But it would be a good spot to put it if I can. Checking to see if there was anything indicating where I ought to put it, but no luck. Okay, so pretty much everything is stuff that that I'll need to work with. I can take the rusty stuff out here in a bit. Go ahead and put all my cloth items and such into this box that I can. And then I just have this one rusty thing left in here. Okay, so I think I'll go to the Dragon's Ford and dump the tarnished things. Ooh, we're actually almost full on the tarnished, or on, not on the tarnished things, but in the Dragon's Ford. So go ahead and remove the rusty axe and the rusty bastard sword. And now I'm all full. I suppose I could very slowly move the tarnished things back over and trade out stuff. So there's 1, 2, 3 items. And then we'll pull out 3 things. And eventually this will work. 3 things at a time, we'll get there. I don't think that I can create tarnished knuckles yet. I don't know if maybe in the future I'll be able to or not, but for now, I'm pretty sure that I'm not able to. The plan is to fill up my bags with rusty things, and then I can turn them into tarnished things. Then we can come back, pick up the rusty things, or the tarnished things rather, and turn it all into ore after I get a little bit more experience, you know, skill points basically. That's too big to fit in here. How interesting. Well, maybe I can put it right here then. There we go. Moving forward. Some of these items are like +1 and +2, and they seem to have just dropped that way. Oh, the rusty axe was already ready to go there. Alright. We don't have quite all of the rusty stuff here, but we sure have a lot of it. It's not too bad. I would probably feel comfortable going ahead and not worrying too much about the remaining things. I don't know, you know, it's hard to say. By the time I'm done, I may change my mind and want to come with the rusty stuff that remains. We'll see. I think I probably want to turn this stuff into ore first, though, this time around. So, okay, what have we got here? There was something I was going to do. Ah, yes, I was going to see if I can equip this loot. Doesn't really look like it. No, I don't know what it is. I thought it was, I guess it's just a quest item. I thought it was something that I would be able to use as a stringed instrument, but I guess not. So if that's the case, I'm going to go ahead and throw the loot into this area here, and we'll pull out this rusty side to go turn that into a tarnished side. All right. This is phenomenal, being more regular sized. Wonderful. Let's see, I think I have to go upstairs, and then, Maybe I should check the map. All right, I was almost there. Maybe I shouldn't have gone upstairs. Down here. Oh, there's the door. Okay. Okay, now still have to watch out because our friend Rondu or whatever his name is over there, Rondi, I don't know, something. He'll still come and kill me. And the thing is that if he comes and kills me, that may mean that I lose my size. I feel like there might be a forge nearby. Is this forge? It looks different from this size. Oh, it's a pottery wheel. I need a forge, not a pottery wheel. Wonder, is it close? I suppose I'm gonna have to just does not okay, I see it's a kill, maybe it doesn't really look one. Okay. Let's go to the map and click find. We're gonna go to forge. And it's way over there. Okay, so I've got to get over there and not get killed if possible. So let's go around Rondi. Run into the wall for a moment. That's an important step to this. Every ogre has to run into a wall for at least a little while every single time that you're in the thing. Okay, there's the Everhot Forge. Nice. And let's make some tarnished items. Now, as we get better at making things, more things will appear on the list of recipes. It's not always easy for me to see where the things came from, but we got there. Now, on the tarnished items, when you're making them, if you fail, then it gives you back your rusty piece. If you succeed, then you get a tarnished piece. And I've bought plenty of the sharpening stones so that hopefully I won't run out and have to go back to Ogre. Because I had a call over here from Bagajoa, and it's a long run from Oguk to Greater Faydark, and can't necessarily rely on somebody being on and willing to call me over. So I want to stay over here for a little while if I can. It's difficult to get through Freeport. The rest of the run, it's not so bad. But running through Freeport is pretty horrendous as an ogre at this level. I haven't been to Qeynos yet, so I don't know how Qeynos compares to it. I assume that the Qeynosians will probably hate me just as much as the Freeportians do. But in fact, it's kind of odd to me that the Freeportians hate the ogres, right? You would think, I don't know, and I get all of my information from EverQuest 2 experience, and it's obviously quite different in many, many ways. So, maybe the ogres have done something terrible to the Freeportians that I'm unaware of. I know there was that whole green mist situation, and was that ogres? I think that was ogres. In fact, it was definitely ogres. And I can't remember when the green mist happened. In the EverQuest 2 world, it definitely happened prior to EverQuest 2, prior to the shattering. But I don't know the details on when that happened. I should pay more attention to that. We've almost got them all, I think. Maybe I do have them all. Looks like it. Everything that was there is now tarnished. So very good. Excellent. And my skill is up to 25, so I think I got 5 points of skill during that. hopefully that will assist in making the ore. In fact, let's go ahead and try to make some ore. I think I'm just going to type in ore and search, and then what we want is the small bricks of ore. And you know what? What I need to type is actually parentheses open T in space, and that'll give me the stuff that I need here. So let's just start at the top, work our way down, even though, you know, the large stuff is probably not going to be there. So we have a decent shot at combining this. Now, if we fail on these, then we'll get back our water flask. We will not get back the rusty sword. So this is a little bit more of a challenge, and it has more repercussions than making them into tarnished swords does. So there we go. Let's see what happens. We got one. That's good. Not bad. Not a bad start here. Coffee Data says, how goes it? So far, so good. Doing a little bit of crafting at the moment. And hopefully we'll be able to, there went one. We lacked the skills to fashion the small brick board. It looks like we didn't even get the water back. I was thinking we got the water back on this. Maybe it's the next step that you get water back if you fail on. I'm not sure. But definitely we didn't get anything for that. So that's a shame. Didn't get anything with that either. So too bad. So sad. But we're getting a few pieces of ore here. How about you, Coffee? You been doing any EverQuest Legends today? On the plus side, even if I'm failing to make the stuff, at least I'm, you know, clearing the inventory out a little bit. For these things, some of the ones that you'll make are small bricks of ore, and some of them are going to be small pieces. And I think that it kind of depends maybe on the size of the item, or maybe not the size, but the amount of metal in the piece might be kind of relevant here. One would think. I'm not sure, because sometimes you get two small pieces, sometimes you only get one. And then sometimes you can do bricks, sometimes it's just pieces. You know, I'm not certain what determines that. But I kind of assumed it was the amount of metal that's in the item. Maybe the size of the item, some combination thereof. Overall, it's coming out decently. I had a 70% chance of making things to start with, and I think it's going all right. Coffee says, very nice. Just finishing up a whole group, actually. Very nice. Now, see, in EverQuest 2, that's quite a high level. The whole is well up there. I have no idea what it is here. Coffee says, what server did you go with? I am on Myriad. How about you? Okay. Now, we've got all that. We've gone through most of the rusty stuff. I could start making some things with these. Now, you can either, with the small bricks of ore, you can either go down to metal pieces, like metal bits, or you can go up to larger, larger items. Like you can do metal sheet. And it takes 2 of these small bricks for 1 metal sheet. I think, though, that I might wait on that, because if I can get my skill up more before I do that, then I'm going to have much better chances of success. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop back to the bank if I can, especially while I'm still small, and see if I can manage to not run into the water, go over the bridge instead, and manage to get over to the bank without getting killed. And then hopefully I can grab out the rest of my tarnished and, well, you know, maybe my rusty stuff as well. Who knows? So we're going to run around this direction so as not to aggro that guy over there. Coffee says, very nice, Rivervale, and it's 40 to 50. All right, cool. So I think it's fairly high level for this server then, because this server, I believe, is only going up to level 50 right now. Is that correct? I think that's correct. All right, let's move the fishing pole over here with the bait. Get it out of our way. And then why don't I go ahead and also move the key and all this water over. I noticed that I don't have a lot of water on my person. Obviously, I should have bought more of that when I was last in town. But I did what I did. I really don't think that I have the recipe for rusty knuckles. I'll leave it for last. I'm gonna retrieve these rusty guys first, and then we're gonna go for the tarnished stuff. Unfortunately, I don't anyway. You know what? Let's just try it. No. I was thinking maybe click control and you can select multiple items, but no such luck. We just have to go one by one on these. And we're not going to have room for everything, but that's okay. We just have to make multiple trips. So, I don't know. I had heard that you couldn't go above level 200 on more than one crafting profession. But then I also heard someone else say that they had 300 on all of their crafting professions, I think on EQ1. So I don't know. Possibly we can, possibly we can't. We do have room to grab that last piece of rusty stuff, so I will get it. Making sure there's nothing else in here. Actually, I have a belt pouch right here. Let's grab the belt pouch, and then should be able to put the belt pouch here, and then hopefully put this. Yes, very good. So this stuff will go into the belt pouch. Very nice. And we'll have a little bit more room. Alright, so now I should be able to get that last rusty knuckles piece. I do have some rations in case I need it. See if there's anything else here as far as storage goes. I don't think so. Doesn't really look like, of course not. Of course not, because why even was the belt pouch in there? I didn't realize it was oh, the keg. Never mind. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes. Coffee says, do you primarily do crafting? I don't really primarily do anything yet. I don't know what I'm doing. He says I haven't dabbled with it much. I did have to do some brewing today for rep. Is that reputation? Is that faction that you're talking about there? I assume. But I don't want to assume too much because we all know what that does. So, just kind of checking stuff over real quick. I got a bunch of bat wings. I don't get a lot of bat fur, unfortunately, but I do get the bat wings like nobody's business. Okay, nothing in there that I want to grab at the moment. So, we've got all the rusty and the tarnished stuff. Very nice. Should be able to, hopefully, manage to get over there without being attacked. And get that all made into at least ore and probably some sheet metal. Seems like the good way to go. As far as I just went the wrong direction. So I'm entering South Kaladim now. That's a shame. As far as crafting, I learned to craft a little bit on the pre-order beta. But I don't really know what I'm doing with it yet. Hopefully I will be able to succeed in some amount of crafting. I know that there's a way, for instance, to do like alchemy, but I don't know how to do that yet. think it was this way that I had gone before to get to the forge. Down this hallway. Looking promising so far. Yes, across this bridge and then over here to the right. Yes, ever hot forge. There it is. Excellent. Now, back to the recipes. And this time, we once again want to make some tarnished things first. I have just a couple of pieces, and I'm going to go through the whole list to make sure there's nothing that I missed. Don't think that there was, but better to check. And I know I do have two pieces, or at least two pieces, that are rusty. Now, of course, there's also those knuckles. I'm pretty sure I can't do the knuckles yet. I think I need more skill. I'm not really sure. You may not be able to do the knuckles at all. I'm uncertain. But there's the warhammers. So let's combine those guys and see what we can do about making them into tarnished warhammers. Polishing them up a bit, you know. Okay. Then we're going to do percent open T and then a space. And we'll try to make a bit of ore. See what we can come up with anyway. I shouldn't run out of water for a while, but I definitely don't like being that low. Especially because, you know, water can serve as your drink of choice in a pinch. Oh, I'm missing a tarnished battle axe. Of course I am. Used to them all. All right, this is going along fairly nicely. I'm not doing too badly. Got a 70% chance to succeed, and I don't know if I'm succeeding 70% of the time or not. That you guys can do the math on that if you like. I'm uncertain, but I'm certainly succeeding sometimes, and I'll take it, you know. Made quite a few bricks and pieces of ore now. I can't remember, but I kind of think we can combine the pieces of ore to make bricks of ore, but I can't remember exactly how many it takes. I wanted to say 3 or 4, but I can't remember which. I'm also combining the wrong thing together there in the bags, because, you know, I'm cool like that. All right. Now, do you have the rusty knuckles still left over here? Those have not become tarnished, as I feared would be the case. Let me look up the metal bits real quick and see how much with that cost, or, you know, what you have to have for that. So to make the metal bits, you need 2 small pieces of ore and a jug of water, right? Water flask. So I could make some metal bits. Now the metal bits, I think you use those for making various items, including pots. Pots are used for cooking. So this all ties together, right? However, for now, I'm just going to try to make things into metal sheets for the most part. So I think, let's see if I can do a small brick of ore. And there's a recipe down here. I can get down to it. And that is maybe this. Yes, small brick of ore from pieces of ore. So it takes 3 pieces of small bricks, to make, no, sorry, it takes 3 small pieces of ore to make 1 small brick of ore. So that's cool, because that means we could make 6 of them potentially from this. So let's give it a go. Get our skill up a little bit for the next step here, if possible. Oh, clicked on the wrong one. There we go. We have a 66% chance of success here. And if you fail, you don't get anything. All right, there we go. Now we've got those. Let's make some metal sheets. I could, nah, I'm going to go ahead and do it. We're going to need them eventually. And maybe it's sheet metal. I don't know. We're just going to type in metal. Try this again. Sheet metal it is. All right. Let's give that a go. It takes 2 small bricks of ore to make 1 sheet metal. We have a 60% chance. It wants you to have 31 skill points. We have 27. Not too bad. And there it is. Now all of these things can go into the trade skill depot, which is really good, because that gets them out of the bags, frees up some storage, and gets our blacksmithing up simultaneously. We'll be able to do some pretty cool stuff with the blacksmithing later, including making the pots and things for cooking. That's going to be a good day because we'll need to cook in order to have some food and drink. Now, if you don't have food, then you don't regain health. If you don't have drink, then you don't regain mana. Both things very important to have on your person. All right, so we got 7 sheets of metal. It's not bad. I'll take it. I'm going to put all of this back into the bank, and we've done a good job here upon this day. So let's go throw that back into the bank, if I can find the bank. Then we can head out of here and go slay some creatures and try to get some bat fur and whatnot. Definitely need the bat fur. Let's see here, where we at? Okay. Need to go around here, carefully avoiding that one dude who wants to kill us, and then try to make our way into this place here. It's not as easy as you might think. Neutral says, "What's up, Queen?" Oh, running around all over like in Kaladim. How about you? Okay, there we go. And now, the guy we need is somewhere over here. I'm going to zoom in. There he is. All right. Going first person in here. Okay. So, trade skill depot. Let's throw in the sheet metal and also the leftover brick of ore that we had. Doubt that the rusty thing will go in. Of course not. It doesn't go in if it doesn't stack. That's right. Okay. Out of there. And then in that case, I think I will just throw it into the regular bank right here. Right there where I can see it easily next time I need to. Alright. Everything else looks cool in here. Good enough for government work. And I think that it's possible that the reason I became large again is because I left and went to North Kaladim. Okay, there we go. Now I'll zoom back out. And that may have broken the shrink spell? Possibly. That's my guess. I have all kinds of buffs on me, which is also super cool. Hopefully I can find my way out of Kaladim. There are quite a lot of bats running around right outside of here, so it's a nice place to hunt them. Alright. Let's have a check at the map here. It looks okay so far, maybe, possibly. Where am I going? Okay, I guess I'm going the right way, maybe. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm crazy. Definitely crazy. Alright. We somehow need to get to the middle there. And then we can go out to the south there. Alright. So, we go around to this. Grungeval DeJernison 5115 says the orange sheet metal can go into the trade skill depot and it'll automatically pull from there when you're doing combats. Absolutely. It's very cool. And yes, illusions fall off when you zone. Yes, I thought that was the case. So, that's unfortunate that I had accidentally gone out there. Let's see if I can manage. Hey, hey. Found it. Not too shabby. Alright, then we're going to turn right here. And we're right at the entrance to the place now. Very cool. I'm feeling better already. Like, weight is lifted from my shoulders once I can stand up straight again. It's great. Okay. Now, we've got to find those bats and stuff, because right now I've got, looks like 2 bat fur. I need so much more bat fur than this. This is gonna take a while, I'm afraid. Because I need to get enough to turn into a Rigrin over in Kaladim, so that we can get enough faction with the Kaladim merchants to be able to trade with them. So right now, they're not really interested in what I have to say, so I can't buy things like the water flasks that I'll need, or any of the food and drink items or anything like that. What I'm looking for specifically are going to be the bats, the spiderlings. I'll go ahead and grab the whelps because they give me a little bit of faction with the gnomes, and the gnomes are in Steam Font, so it feels like a good idea to have that. The rest of the stuff I'm gathering is like the spiderlings and the wolves, so that I can get the pieces for that faction quest. So, even though they are not going to be giving me any XP to do this, it will give me the pieces that I need. My goal. And if you wonder why I'm just hitting them once and then running off, it's because I'm not afraid of the damage that they're doing, and I want to gather up, larger amounts of them, so that my AoE AoE thing can hit more of them. And also, whenever I'm just standing around wondering what to do next, my guy can be beating them. So they just kind of follow you around. And they can't really do much damage. These skeletons are also... I also need to kill those for the bone chips. I'm going to walk away from here, though, because that person might be needing some of them as well, and I don't want to take all of his stuff. So we got a bat that has gone elsewhere, so I'm stuck in combat with that, but that's okay. I don't really mind. Slows you down a little bit on the running, but that's all right. I think what I need more than anything are probably the bat furs, because if you look, we've got 9 of the pelts and only 2 of the bat furs. I think I needed 3 bat furs to be able to get to the next level with the Kaladim merchants. Not 100% sure, but pretty sure. If I can get 1 more, I'll go and find out if it's enough to be able to trade with them. pretty unlikely because I feel like I probably have to get it up to amiably. I definitely had to get the faction with the Emerald Warriors up to amiably before I could start trading with, or before I, yeah, trading, I mean, before I could start completing the quest with Regan over in the Emerald Warriors area. So it feels like probably that's where I'll need to be in order to trade with the guys too, but we'll see. Because I think that this is just going to get me up to like dubious or something like that. We got a couple of cloth chokers here. I suppose I can do auto merge and then I don't really want to loot them. I'm just gonna no, I guess I will loot one and then we should merge with the next ones, since they might be dropping here pretty often, judging by the fact that 2 of them just dropped. Seems to make sense to me. I haven't been to Steamfont on this server yet, but I went on the beta, and definitely on the beta they hated ogres quite a lot. There are plenty of the skeletons running around, but my understanding is that the bone-kept chips can be used for multiple things, including necromancer stuff. So it feels like a good thing to go ahead and grab those while I'm here, whether I need them or not, currently. The bats seem to drop the wings a lot more often than they drop the their fur. But the wings can be used in at least one spell that I'm going to get, which is levitation, because I got that on the beta, and it said it required a bat wing to use it. I never actually used it for anything. But they can also be made into bat wing crunchies. And that's just a kind of food. I think you just need frosting and bat wings to make it, so it's a pretty simple recipe. And I don't know what kind of food it is. I've been told that it should tell what quality and whatnot of stuff that you're making. That was not the case last time I tried, but I haven't tried on this server yet, so possibly it will. In which case we can kind of compare and contrast which of the things I have is going to last the longest. And my understanding is that some food and drink give stats. I don't know if anything that I had made previously does give stats. I haven't done any brewing or cooking on this server yet, so we'll see. See where we're at the moment. We haven't made it too far from the entrance. Surely there are some more bats running around here, right? That whelp was standing at an area that I think I was not seeing his feet properly, and therefore was not attacking him. I've noticed that a lot of these guys drop torches around this area. I don't know that I saw any torches drop over in Furet, but certainly a good number of them drop here, and I have it set to auto sell on that. Not sure if the torches would be helpful. They might be. I've heard that ogres are supposed to see pretty well in the dark, but I find that it's pretty dang dark over here. Grungavoldi says, I think the crunches are a snack, the food that gets eaten the fastest. You should check the vendors you see. Okay. I could do that. When I checked it before, it didn't tell me what it was, but again, that was on test, so it's possible that that it will tell me on here. Gungavaldi says, sometimes players will sell stuff to them and you can find the bat for sale. That's true. I should check for that. Definitely. Alright, let's go ahead and store this cloth stuff. I've got some of it in the bank for sure. But you're correct, and you know what? I should go to the very first vendor right inside there. Probably. And check it out. I have bought a little bit of that from a vendor, I think, on this server. I'll kind of make my way that direction. It's not a bad idea at all. Periodic checking with the merchant. Kind of halfway going in the right direction. There was a bat for right there. Very nice. Okay, let's grab this guy and then... Well, there's so many convenient things around here. Okay. And I don't know if these guys here will trade with me or not. Like, they are accepting of my presence, but I'm not sure if there's a certain faction that I have to get with their merchants or not. In Kaladim, I don't get attacked by the guards, but the merchants won't trade with me yet. So I'm not sure if it'll work here or not. The banker, he'll bank with me, which is nice of him. Very kind. I'm sure. See if we can find... Oh, that's water. Turns out. Oh, no. Alright. We got a guy here. He's a rock finder. I wonder if... Okay, let's see. He's a merchant. That's good. Valdaleki rock finder says, it's not enough that you ogres have ruined your own lands. Now get lost. That doesn't bode well. Thinking that means I'm not going to be traded with by these guys. Now, that being said... I can go over to Felwith, and there's a guy there who will trade with me. And so, it may be that Kaladim and Kaladim are not going to be helpful in that regard. But old Lanadin over in Felwith, he's a nice kind of guy. He's a friendly sort. He likes cold, hard cash, and he doesn't care where it comes from. I just went the wrong direction. I went to North Kaladim instead of trying to get out to Butcherblock. Seems about right. Alright, out we go. Alright, try this again. For some reason I have trouble with the concept that the exit is here in the middle, facing south. So, the Kaladim that I'm used to is the EverQuest 2 Kaladim, which has been completely destroyed and overrun by enemies. And you go in there and everything is very aggro to you. And it's a fairly nasty zone. And so this Kaladim is quite different than that one. I think I'll make my way toward the greater Faydark by way of bats and spiders and things, and try to get into Felwith. I mean, I'll be able to get into Felwith. It's just a matter of making my way over there. Let's get this spider ring and all the good things that I'm going to need along the way. I may as well pick up. And there were a few more in this way. They seem to have wandered off. Well, in that case, keep going. Sean Johnnery says, hey there. Hey there yourself. How's it going? Seem to have run out of enemies this direction. I suppose I'll, you know, turn back around and beat on these guys for a second. Stuck in combat, so we'll hit Q to turn that off. And then keep heading this direction. Alright, looking at the bags, looks like we've got 4 of the bat fur, very nice. Didn't really find any wolves over here, but there are some wolves in Greater Faydark, so no big deal. And I think there are actually some wolves on the way to Greater Faydark as well. Sean says, I've been good. How was your game night? Which one? Let's see. Today is Wednesday. We did board games on Sunday, which was fun. Let's see. Tonight, I didn't do any gaming. Tomorrow, Thursdays, I normally do Magic tournaments, but tomorrow I will not be. I will theoretically be going and watching the Spider-Man movie, which I've been intending to do for the last, I guess, 2 days, and things keep being canceled, so. Sean says, oh, you have a full lineup of gaming. Nice. Yes, indeed. I do normally do Magic tournaments on Thursdays and on Saturdays. And this weekend is pre-release for Magic for the Hobbit set. I don't know if you guys play Magic or not, but the Hobbit set comes out Friday. And so it'll be a full weekend of pre-release. So, yeah, good times. And of course, still board games on Saturday night as well. So, Greater Faydark is this way. We do all kinds of games around these parts. Now, there are D&D events on Mondays and Wednesdays, and well, actually kind of Tuesdays as well, in the shop that I'm normally streaming from. So probably you guys have heard the exciting, or excited at least, laughter and yells from the next room every now and then. Sean says, I play solo board games. Haven't made a group of board game friends I've clicked with. Ah, that's too bad. But there are a decent number of solo games these days. I'm kind of drawing a blank onto which ones, but there definitely are some. We were just playing some the other day. There was 1 to 5 players. I cannot recall what it was though. What are your favorite 1-player ones? This bat isn't going to be helpful. I realize as I'm attacking it, it's a giant bat, so the giant bat gives giant bat fur. That's not going to help me. I need regular bat. I mean, I'll kill it, but it's not going to be what I need. That's probably a giant. Yeah, that's a giant one as well. Sad times. Sean says, the newest one is really simple. The Lord of the Rings trick-taking game. I see, are you a Baggins? Trick-taking game. So, I associate trick taking with like spades and hearts and whatnot. So, what does it mean in the context of the Lord of the Rings? Now, if you get to choose which character you're playing, I feel like either obviously Bilbo or Gollum would be decent choices there. Both of them are pretty decent thieves. The theme is kind of a paste on, but yeah, it's a trick-taking game like spades. I see. So now, how do you do that one player, though? Is it just you have a dummy deck that you're playing against, or what? All right, we made it over to Butcherblock, or not to Butcherblock. We just ran through Butcherblock. We made it over to Greater Faydark, and now we're going to run across here to the east and hopefully get into Felwith and see if he's got any goodies for me. And then, regardless, I'll go and turn all this stuff into Regrin, I think, up in Kaladim. I'm actually going to kill this orc too, because when I kill those, my faction goes up, not only with the Emerald Warriors, but also with the Storm Guard in Kaladim. Those wasps drop royal honey, which can be made into mead. I'm sure they can probably be made into something else, but definitely mead. Sean says it becomes more like a puzzle. Each character has a different goal in the game. For example, rings is one of the suits, sure. Frodo's goal is always to have 4 rings in his tricks by the end of the game. Now that's interesting. Why does Frodo want 4 rings? Frodo doesn't even want 1 ring. What does he need? Why does he want 4 rings? Sean says that's why I said it's kind of a paste on. I got you. Yeah. Not a lot of the lore went into it, is what I gathered then. Ah, Black Wolf. Heck yeah. Need some of that. So probably they had made this game, and wait a minute, we got, maybe, is that something? We did, we got something. Heck yeah. It was a, what is it? It's an evergreen leaf. I don't know what we do with the evergreen leaves, but I'm pretty excited about finding one. I had discovered them on the pre-order beta, just these strangely colored portions of ground. And it's got this evergreen leaf, I suppose. And I have no idea what to do with it, but I like to believe that it's a trade skill item. I feel like I had put it in my trade skill depot, possibly. Don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. I know that I had intended to try to put it in my trade skill depot to see if it was in fact a trade skill item. But I don't know if I actually did that and if it succeeded. I feel like I did and that it did. But I'm not 100% certain. Okay, there's a bat, here's a wolf. Grab those on the way. Got a ruined wolf pelt, very nice. Very nice. That's a large bat, it doesn't count. Not 100% sure why I had to duck to go through that super tall tunnel there. That's alright. Archway really wasn't exactly a tunnel. Makes you wonder what they made it so tall for, though. What's going in here? That's the real question. What is it that needs that much room? Look, my ogre's huge, and that is so tall. Like, what are these? 20, like, okay, these like 25-foot ceilings we got here. What is this? I don't know. It's pretty tall. Maybe not 25, but maybe, what, 15 foot? I don't know. I don't know how tall I am. I'm so tall. I know that. All right, let's come over here to Landon and see how he's doing. Okay, so first and foremost, he has some boots along. Oh yeah, that's his normal thing. That's right. So we could buy bottles of milk from him normally as well. He doesn't have any bat fur. This is not a surprise. Bat fur is not easy to come by. Let's see. Is there anything else though that I might want to pick up from this dude? Now the crushbone belts and shoulder pads can also trade in for some faction, but I don't remember which kinds of faction. So, not sure if I want to grab those. I feel like it's Stormguard or, maybe not. I don't remember. I don't remember what faction it's for. It might be Stormguard, but then again, it might be, I'm not sure. Sean says, so solo, you'll play 3 characters open-handed and try to manipulate the hands to achieve everyone's goals. Sounds easier than it is. No, I get you. I've played a lot of board games. I know what you're saying. You have open hands. The first chapter of the game, the characters have easy goals, but as you unlock characters, the goals become more complex. So this is a staged game. You have like stage 1, we're doing these things, and then there's a certain point at which it switches to the next stage. Is that determined by how many rounds have been played, or is there like a goal that you reach? And if you reach that, then you go to the next stage. All right, let's see. Okay, this guy has some fishing grubs. Now you can get those from foraging. I've never used them. I assume that we can get better fish with fishing grubs though, so let's grab them. I'll take all 6 of your fishing grubs. Heck yeah. Alright. Fishing bait is always available from this guy, so it's not special. Let's see what it says. Maybe it says something different than it used to. No, it doesn't say anything special about the fishing grubs. I just feel like fishing grubs must be better than generic fishing bait. Okay, let's see. Anything else here? There's a ruined wolf pelt. I'll grab that. I'm gonna need some. I could go ahead and grab this rusty stuff just to have some more stuff to trade to make into tarnished things and make into all that. I don't think I want to right now though. At some point I may go loot merchants for such things. Not I think yet. I do think I should refill my water flasks, so let's buy a bunch of them. Okay, we now have, I don't know, 100 and something of them. Let's see, 144 of them. Let's get some more. I feel like we could use, we'll do 1 more set of them. There we go. That's more like, now we won't be running out of water anytime soon. Now, unfortunately, this dude does not sell to us at the best prices known to man, but, you know, it's okay. No big deal. I wasn't using that money for anything yet anyway. Alright, so we've got plenty of water to last a little while at this point, and we'll go back out and get some more of those bats and wolves primarily is what we need. But we're going to do it on the way to Kaladim so that I can turn this in and see if I can deal with any of the merchants at that point. Sean says, yeah, every time you beat a scenario, you play the next one. I think there's 18 chapters. I'm on chapter 5. Okay, so this is it's like a campaign instead of just a single game that you sit down and play. Is it, okay, so there's some kinds of campaigns like that where in the board game world where it's like just a one-time thing. You can only play the game essentially one time because you have changed the physical elements of the game as you play. But then there's others that are replayable. This one sounds like it should be replayable, but I'm not sure. Okay, I see. He says it's not like those legacy campaigns. Okay, excellent. Yeah, because the legacy ones, again, like I was saying, that you end up having to do something and make decisions that can't really be changed. And so you can only do them once. This is a large pandemic legacy. I didn't do pandemic. I cannot remember what it was that I got a little ways along in, more than one session. It's one of those things, though. You don't end up finishing, in my case. We actually, my people up here and I did like a mystery thing, very cool. It was actually awesome. It was like every week you would get a new piece of the mystery, and so it was sort of staged solving a mystery thing, and very, very cool. But what ended up happening was, first of all, it was mainly me and one other guy who were really interested in it, and everyone else was just sitting around going, well, okay, we don't know what you guys are talking about. So that was not grand. But then also the guy who was getting it ended up getting very busy with work and not able to make it for multiple sessions. And so it was kind of a thing that died out as a result of those factors. So yeah, I guess actually, you know what? There was another one we did, and it was like one of those, I cannot think of the name of them, but they're like these Japanese board games. And I can almost think of what they're called. It's like Tokaido or something like that. And it was a legacy version. And again, we didn't do it more than just a couple of times. I think it takes a certain kind of group to manage those legacy games. We have a pretty good group of people who show up every week, though, and we do all kinds of different games. It's fun. It's good times. Sean says that's the story of me playing D&D. Oh no, my groups never make it past like the third session. Too many schedule conflicts. That is a shame. That is truly a shame. Yeah, the guys who play up here, it's like, I mean, there's a lot of consistency to it, even though there isn't consistency demanded. It's kind of one of those things where if people show up, then they get included, and if they don't, then they don't. Because it's being hosted by the shop, and so people can kind of come and go. And there's certain people who are here every week, like clockwork. And then others who are here most of the time, and then there's some that are just very rarely here. So it's an interesting mix, and the DM has to be flexible with that. So it's interesting. But everybody seems to have fun, so that's the key thing. You gotta find a good shop to get some of that good D&D going in, All right, up into Kaladim we go. Oh, I know Shadowrun, yeah. Sean says I actually had the most consistency with another tabletop RPG called Shadowrun. Yes, I am familiar with Shadowrun. I haven't played it, but I know about it. Now, I've got to find my way over to the Emerald Warriors place, which is going to be to the northwest where I'm at right now. So I actually just went exactly the wrong direction. It's highly possible that I will fall off of Kaladim. This is the reality of the situation. Odds are good. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to stare probably at the map and run right off. That's my norm. First, let's check this out and see if we can make some tarnished weapons. And there. Guess I didn't press the button right the first time. There we go. Combine. Heck yeah. Alright, so that was the only thing that is in my bags. The rest is in the bank. So that's about all I can do. I can make it into a piece of ore. I can do like, it's a tarnished bastard sword. No, it's a tarnished axe. So let's do, no, that's not how we do. Let's do parentheses open, T space axe. And here it is. So let's combine. And we failed. Totally failed. Lacked the skills necessary. What a shame. Blew it up. Alright. Now, where are we? Who knows? And what is this? This is something. The Bard's Guild. Cool. Good to know it's over by the forge. Maybe I'll even remember that. You never know. Okay, let's head this way. It's going in the right direction. That's another ramp right there. I think I want to go with this way, potentially. Yes, I did it. All right. Okay, Emerald Warriors it is. Now, you run at this door for a minute. You click this and it'll send you in. All right, now. Warrior Guildmaster, Regan. Let's dump some stuff on him. So, we're gonna hit Control, click 1, put it on him. Opens up this window, and then we get one of each of the rest of these, and we're gonna give it to him. He's gonna be very happy with this. In addition to the faction, we also get some gold, which is nice. It's a nice touch. But we have to just keep doing this over and over again until we use up all of the bat fur, which is the thing that I have used up. And then we'll check faction and see how things look. I think this is the last one that I actually need to be able to get to the next level of faction with him. But I could be wrong. And it doesn't matter because I'm going to toss the next one on him anyway. Alright, give that to him and then I'm all out. Now, let's go slash faction. It should be, I think, dubious, but let's find out. And type in Kaladim. And then there's just, oh, we need one more point. Oh no, heavens. So, dang, that's a shame. So it'll be threatening once I get one more point. Seems like I got a long way to go on these bat first. What an unfortunate reality. Alright, back out. Sean says, Shadowrun has the exploding D6, which is a cool mechanic. Every time you roll a 6, you get to roll another D6. Yeah. It results in some pretty insane crit changes. You know what, though? I feel like rewarding good luck is just kind of like, isn't the good luck itself a reward? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's sort of adding insult to injury for those of us who are not lucky and never roll such things. It's like, oh man. So, this guy over here just got to roll 20 times. And, I rolled just 1s and 2s this whole one. I'm terrible, terrible dice rolling luck, or just luck in general as far as fight games are concerned. So, it's not great. I mean, it's good in a cooperative game to have lucky compatriots, but it's just, you know, the envy is real. Sean says, I've seen it happen. One time I actually ran out of dice. Oh my gosh. I was throwing like 20 dice. It's insane. That would be my son. He is so lucky. It's terrible when he's DMing because he's extremely lucky. And now, fortunately, you know, he's an experienced enough DM that he doesn't necessarily, you know, do a party wipe just because he rolled, you know, ridiculous things. But It's pretty rough. But he's the same way in Magic. He just draws exactly what he needs, exactly when he needs it. And if he doesn't, you can, you know, he gets all, you know, down and upset because he's so used to having the kind of luck that he wants, you know, whatever he gets, whatever he wants, basically, in games of chance. It's just very disappointing to him if he doesn't. Whereas me, I'm like, oh yeah, another day, you know. Casual underscore says, you made it to live. I did in fact. Been over here killing some skeletons and bats. Really quite a lot of bats, honestly. Don't know how many I've killed yet, but it's a significant sum. Cannot get those bat furs. Someday. I'm glad that things stack as high as they do, though, because it helps with inventory management so much. Like, you know, the fact that I can sit here with 98 bone chips in inventory is very helpful in just one stack. It's pretty good. Sean says I need to work on my character on this server. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm obviously not very far along either. I'm on level 8, so just kind of taking my time. I was playing with Buggajoy the other day, as some of you saw, and I believe that he's up to like level 15 or something at this point. I know he was telling me today. He's like, hey, got up to 15. Yeah, I get it. I'm trying. Sort of. I'm not exactly trying, to be honest, to get up higher level necessarily. Really just kind of working on my faction at the moment. And these guys are pretty much gray to me. So, I'm afraid it's going to be a bit of a long haul. But that doesn't mean I'm not available to go and do other things. If somebody is wanting to go do something, just say so. I'm willing to bring my level 8 self to anything, anywhere, anytime, because I don't mind dying in the slightest. I also have to be careful because I don't want to kill the fairies that run around here. The pixies are okay, but the fairies are not, because pixies don't hurt your faction as far as I can tell, whereas fairies most certainly do. Having a little bit of trouble finding some bats at the moment. Plenty of wasps flying around. What I could do is try switching to a different difficulty, and I would have a new set of things, creatures, you know? So I've just gone and killed a bunch of stuff. I don't think I killed a whole lot of bats, though. Unfortunately, these large Sylvanines, I don't know, maybe the large ones will work. Maybe it's just the giant ones that drop weird stuff. Let's try it. See if we can get some bat fur to drop from this guy. At the very least, we'll get a little bit of XP for him. No bat fur from that one. Now, that fairy courtier will definitely come after me. And did. I don't want to kill him, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run into Felwith over here. And that will, that'll do the trick. Plus, while I'm there, I may as well go and see if by chance someone threw a little bit of bat fur on Renegade in the meanwhile. I don't think so. Very unlikely. It hasn't been very long. But I can check. Sean says, well, I have my main character 24 and I play solo on that server. I'm using this character to level slow and play with other people. Good plan. Level slow. With other people. Alright. Here's Landon with his adventuring supplies at the ready. Let's beg from him for a second. Unsuccessful. Shocking. Alright. No bat fur to be seen here. Didn't think there would be, but you know, it's only one way to be sure. Go ahead and check for some ruined wolf pelts while I'm here. No such luck. There is a trinket pouch I don't want, but a wood elf scout bauble. Now what is that? Let's check it out. Okay, it's a neck piece. But what does it do? I mean, other than... Oh, I see. Okay, it gives 2 agility. That's why it's considered a scout bauble, probably. Gives HP, endurance, and of course armor class. We can click on the ore. It says, this bauble has scratches over its elvish script. Well, what lore? Okay, cool. I don't want it, but it is there. If someone did want it, they could pay 1 platinum, 9 gold, 6 silver, and 3 copper for it. I think I'm good without it, personally. Let's hop back out of here. Sean says, well, not slow. I didn't mean it as an insult. Oh, no, I get it entirely. I'm with you. Leveling slowly. I actually, I'm in no hurry. That's kind of how I play games in general. I don't really get in too much of a hurry. Not one of those who's like race to the finish, you know? That would be true for like when I was a kid playing like Nintendo games, right? And my brother and I would compete, and so it was like, you know, because we're talking like Super Mario Brothers and stuff like that. So it would be like, you know, when we first started playing, you know, who can beat it first, etc. And then later it was like, okay, who can collect the most coins, and then we would have who can finish it fastest. And so I was quite good at finishing Super Mario very quickly. My brother and I both were, but games like that is one thing, and then games like this, I just don't know that. There's not really a finish line, right? You can max out, and you know, then it's a matter of just, you know, how far in the game the current stuff that's available, how much of it can you do, right? But otherwise, I'm gonna go to auto store on this. But otherwise, I guess I don't really see the point in rushing through an MMO, because to me it's like there should be a lot of content out there that you can explore. And I think for me, a lot of the reason that I like this kind of game is to explore the content and to experience that, not so much to, you know, get to max level. So Sean John Reese says, I think that's the problem with modern MMOs. Everyone looks up everything and races to end game. Exactly. And the thing is, if I understand if you're having a lot of trouble with the quest, you don't know what to do, or maybe you even do know what to do, but you want to find a better way to do it, a faster way to do it. You know, I understand that, but there's something to be said for appreciating the challenge and trying something, you know, trying to do something, and then if you really can't do it, you just aren't able to, then, you know, looking something up becomes a fine thing to do. It's just, yeah, like you said, the jump to doing, you know, just getting your level all the way up and looking everything up so you can go faster. It takes something out of it, you know, the experience. So everyone looks everything up and races to end game, and then has the nerve to claim that the game has no content, right? They skipped all of it, exactly. And I find that to be true with EverQuest 2 a lot. So far, I haven't done any of the quests really on this particular server yet. I did a little bit on the beta, but I had a lot of trouble in Ogre finding quests, and the only ones that I was able to find, I got the faction quests for the various factions. I found out that everyone hates me, and oh hey, Bugga Joy says, want a Python? Sure. And then I found like one quest that involves killing a fat alligator and then going and there's something after that that I wasn't able to do. And then there was something where I was supposed to find some guy, I have no idea where he is. And those are some things that that would be good to do. But I decided on that, or at that point, that I wanted to do stuff in Greater Faydark because that's where some of my friends are. And I thought, well, I'll go ahead and get my faction up with these guys, and then possibly I can pick up some quests here, and essentially start my ogre in Greater Bay instead of starting in Ogre, which is the natural starting point for the ogre. So it's a little bit of a delayed start. Where are you? Says Bugajoa. Well, here, let's see. Let's /invite Bugajoa. Maybe that will invite him to the group. Sure did. Excellent. Sean says, I don't know what was so funny. I spent a while pondering out. I found out everyone hates me. Yes, that's correct. They definitely do. You gotta earn your trust and love here with the ogre. Bugajoa says, I'm in Butcherblock. I'm not in Butcherblock, but I can be. Where are you? He says. Hold on a second there, Goudreau. Let's see. I'm in Greater Faydark. That's where I'm at. We'll head toward Butcherblock. He's got a pie tin for us. I haven't, as I mentioned, I haven't done any cooking yet on this server, but I do intend to, and it would be nice to have a pie tin. You can make some pies, obviously, with a pie tin. Maybe some meat pies or something like that. Don't really remember, but I do remember there were things to do with a pie tin. I think I need the pot more, though. I got distracted with this orc centurion over here, but I've got to come get him. Gotta get that faction up. Heading your way. Slowly. Centurion wants to run away. We can't have that. Sean says, are you active on your Discord? I'm trying to be. I occasionally pop in and say something. I don't know much about Discord. I've been making the effort. But I tell you what, you guys be active and I'll try to be active on it. How about that? I'm just, it's one of those things. I've just never really been a Discord person. I do a lot, well, okay. I guess I'm more active on like Twitter or X, if you call it that. Sean says I'm terrible with Discord. I don't really understand it. To me, it's like a forum, right? Like, I don't really grasp the concept of Discord. And like I said, I've made an effort because I know that a lot of people like Discord. I don't understand why. Like, what's the appeal? Instead of any of the other social media platforms, what makes Discord such a big hit? Because I can't understand it. Feels to me like it's just a forum. And you can make threads. I don't get it. Forums were a big deal back in the day, and then not so much anymore. But it's like somebody had this idea, hey, I'll make an app that's a forum, and it just took off. Sean says because it's more like instant messenger. So why not? Okay, so then why not instant messenger in that case? Why not like Facebook Messenger or, Skype was a big deal for a long while there, but Skype shut down. So, I mean, the implication there is that people are kind of going away from instant messenger type things because like there used to be Yahoo Messenger back in the day, and ooh, look, a runner pouch, that seems good. But yeah, there used to be Yahoo Messenger, and I don't know if that still even exists or not, but I know it kind of died out. And then there were other things like MSN Messenger, remember that? So yeah, I don't really get it because the Messenger kind of went the way of the dinosaur in a lot of ways. But like, and so did forums to a large degree, and yet we have Discord. I get it. Sean says this platform is just a lot more integrated with gaming and Steam. And maybe that's part of it. I'm not really a huge Steam person either. So like, I have a Steam account, but I'm not into like all the stuff you can do with Steam, like as far as the decorative things, and I really honestly don't even know. I just don't use Steam like other people do, I think, in some way that I don't understand. There's a social aspect to Steam that I have failed to embrace, I think. And I was slow to the uptake on it, again, because I was primarily doing EverQuest 2, and I had EverQuest 2 well before Steam existed. And so I never, was never one of the ones who like would download EverQuest 2 through Steam. I can't imagine why I would want to do that when I had EverQuest 2 on the discs initially. So just sort of updated my way through that. So yeah, no, I just don't, it's very strange to me. Sean says, I think it's similar to the debate between iPhone and Android to simplify the argument. Maybe so. I don't know. Never have really known what it's all about. So, like I said, I'm making an effort. I'm giving it a go. But I can't say that I would call myself active. I don't even know what active would entail, right? How much activity does active demand? Because I know on different social media platforms, people expect different amounts of activity. Like Facebook people, they don't want as many posts as like Twitter people do, right? What does it mean to be active on Discord? That's the question. Beat up on this dwarf skeleton here. I don't, okay. Okay, Joy says, I have Spirit of the Wolf now. I have no idea where to get a mixing bowl. Need it to make dough. I have the stealth ability. Now, wait a minute. I feel like I've seen a mixing bowl before. I don't know where. Now, okay, I'm running this direction, but I'm not 100% sure this is the way the buggy tour went. I should definitely check my map. It's not. Excellent. Sean says, I just saw a Discord on your profile. I'm in my 40s, LOL. I'm the wrong guy to ask. Ha. Yeah, well, I also am in my 40s, so there you go. It's quandary. But yeah, so I just don't know enough about Discord to be able to successfully use it, I guess. I tried making different threads for the games that I'm playing and asking some questions on there, like, hey, what kind of classes do you prefer? What's your favorite characters? Things like that. Just to sort of get some commentary going. And what I found is that nobody really is interested in that sort of thing, as far as I can tell, of the people who have come into my Discord. None of them have answered those questions or made any attempts to, as far as I can tell. So I'm not sure what it's for, if that makes sense. What is this small wooden leg? No idea. Quest thing, maybe? It doesn't look like a wooden leg, I'm going to tell you that. It looks like a severed leg. Now we got no paw. That's apparently a quest thing, maybe. Chipstein quest item. And we've got a tongue, also perhaps a quest item. So let's just store all that stuff. How's about? Maybe maybe I'll use it later. Meanwhile, I'm just letting Buggajoy get smashed around a bit over here. Not that he's in any real danger. I don't know that there's tongues. You'd think I wouldn't need more than one, but what do I know? Rusty shortened spear and short ale. We know what to do with that. All right, let's stick all of this stuff on auto store for now. Maybe later I change that, but for now, seems like a fine idea. Definitely have a bat over here we gotta take care of. Oh, Buggajoy says if you ever feel like your stamina is too full, just take monk. Nice. Well, I've never really been in a situation where I was like, man, my stamina is so full. I've got to do something about that. However, thus far, my stamina has been just fine because all I have is the bard and the berserker. But here in a little bit, I'm gonna have the shaman, and I'm not gonna have to worry about that full stamina bar anymore. Buggajoy is so far away. Nope, going around the rock. Let's head him. Oh no, he's turned around. I'm gonna stop. Stop it right here. All right. I think it's safe to say he's coming around this way. Me too. Sean says people participate. I think that just comes with a larger community. Very probably. Let's go ahead and loot. Now, what's weird is that I learned on the beta server. Oh, dang it, I messed up. That you only have one arrow, and it just merges together into better arrows. Weird. Let's do it. Merge it. Yes. We need a bigger, better arrow. There we are. Lovely. Lovely. So these are the same guys that dropped the arrow last time when I was on beta. It's these aqua goblin guys. I think that's what they're called. Yep, aqua goblins. I'm right. Excellent. Sean says, so fletching is not a thing. Right, that's what I understand. Because I don't know what you would possibly use fletching for beyond making arrows. And I mean, theoretically, I would assume that a weaponsmith would make bows. Do weaponsmiths also make arrows? I'm not sure. Maybe it's just like any other weapon, you know, like here's your one arrow of this quality that we can make, and maybe their arrows are better than this arrow. I don't know. It's weird. Just this arrow, it's pretty generic. So I'm not sure. None of my classes can use it. Ah. Bucket Justice, so what are we doing? I haven't a clue. Do you get faction when I kill stuff if you're in the group? I think so. Think so. One thing that is unfortunate about this game is that I don't know of any way to do voice. Like I click V, which is normally the voice command on EverQuest 2, but V takes you instead to your alternate advancement. Definitely got some arrows. Gained an AA point. Yes, we're definitely getting faction. Yes to faction. So goblins are the ones that we kill to get faction with gnomes, I think. Also, maybe minotaurs? I'm not sure. Maybe minotaurs as well. Sean says that's the main thing people use Discord for and Twitch. That's why most people don't okay, VoIP in game anymore. So that's the thing, right? Like in EverQuest 2, there's a voice, there's in-game voice, and it works very well. I don't have any problem with the in-game voice in EverQuest 2. It doesn't seem to exist here, and I can understand using it for that. There used to be a thing called TeamSpeak back in the day, and prior to EverQuest 2 getting the voice, everybody used TeamSpeak. And it was okay. I'm not really huge on using third-party things in EverQuest 2. I do it with a few things, but it's not my. I prefer not to. I've lost Burgajo. I mean, I swear it was right there. It's gone now. Burgajo says Minotaurs 2. Okay, did he run over the top? Let's look on the map. There we go. All right. Grand. Sean says, I remember TeamSpeak. Absolutely. Yeah, there was another competing one at the same time, in addition to TeamSpeak. I cannot remember what it was called, though. It was definitely the inferior of the two. And yes, I know that people did start using it for that, but again, I never really understood why, because the EverQuest 2 voice is perfectly fine. Now, I know that one of my friends in here did say that that she has a channel in Discord that we can use for in-game chat. But, I mean, hey, I suppose I do too as far as that goes. I don't know if I made a voice channel for this one yet or not. But I did make some voice channels for some of the things. Oh no, what a fall. Buckajoy says, I accidentally attacked a guard, didn't realize I had my auto attack on. And that can certainly happen, yeah. Especially if you've killed something that has a pet, and you get stuck in combat unless you click Q. If you kill the thing that has the pet without killing the pet, then it'll make you stuck in combat. Yeah, Ventrilo, that's right, Sean. That is the name of it. Yeah. Now that you say it, I had forgotten. I knew there was a competing one, but I couldn't recall what it was. Looks like Buckajoy has gone into Kaladim. Let's kill some bats in the meanwhile. Let the bat slaying commence. Sean says there's a general voice channel. Yeah, there is. Thanks for the follow. Yeah. I knew I had a general one, but I don't think that I have one for this game, do I? Thanks for the subscription, Sean. But yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll get the hang of it, Maybe someday I'll learn to love Discord like so many people do, but for now, I'm just stumble around in it. Hopefully, some more people will join up over there and encourage me. Kind of lost Burgajo again. There he is. Sean says it puts the pressure on you to come back. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hey, I used it just, I think, this morning or yesterday morning, I don't know, said hello or something, but crickets, it's crickets over there. A snake in root. I don't really need the snakes. That's one of the things there. It's not that it's a bad thing to get the snakes, because the snakes give snake eggs, and those are good for crafting purposes. I think Bugger is just hunting everything out here. Kill it if it moves, I think, is the goal. I have no idea if the lantern beetles drop anything good. Bugger Joe says, do you have a bunch of crushed bone belts? Unlikely, but I can find out. There's a way, if I can remember how, to search your stuff. Inventory? Find item? Yes, that's the one. Okay, so it's not searching my dragon sword right now. We want to search everything, right? Ideally. And oh look, it's a thing. What is it? It's a cloth wristband. Let's store that. Alright, now. Item name, we're gonna go with crushed bone belt. Okay, we have one crushed bone belt. Oh, +6. Well, that's quite good, but it appears that this means I've been combining my crushed bone belts, most likely. Snake Fang, I'm not really interested in the Snake Fang, we'll sell that. Okay, so where is it? It's on my waist. That explains everything. Of course I'm combining them, because I'm using it, apparently. How good is it, I wonder? Hopefully it's lovely. Hey, you know what? AC of 7, endurance of 8. Well, bad news about the belts. I have one. It is equipped. And it is a level 6. Bugajoa says you can turn in 4 crushed bone belts from Mutual Faction and Kaladim. Well, that's cool. Let's see here. What can we do with this? It's spiderling legs. I wonder if my dragon sword is full. It must be, because this won't let me store it. What a shame. What a shame. I suppose I'll just loot it. Bugajoa says I have a +7 arrow. Nice. I wonder if he can use arrows. Yeah, chick talon. Sure, we'll loot that too. Paladin, druid, and monk. Let's see here. The arrow can be used by the paladin. So paladin is the one class of his that can use it. That's cool. I wonder, I guess, I have a +4 arrow, but it won't do any good for me to give it to him because, obviously, you can only use 1 arrow, so. He says, yeah, I can use arrows. Yeah, paladin, got it. Paladin for the arrow win. Okay, Purgatory is hanging out this direction, looks like. Oh, I just noticed the time. I'm going to have to take off here in a moment. I didn't realize it is almost midnight. I've been trying to do better at going to bed at a decent time. And sometimes I even get to go to sleep. It's crazy. It's occasional, but it happens. Goblin Whelp he's an escape artist who's just not having it. Alright, I probably better call it because, as mentioned, 11:59 has arrived here. We got a Scarab Carapace. Let's loot it. I definitely need to make my way back toward town. I'll go to the entrance. You know what? It's alright, we'll just stop right here, I think. Got a scarab eye. I wonder if we can cook that or not. I guess not, or it would have gone to the trade skill, right? I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. Hey, look, a small box. Nice. That's always great. Let's, since I have to have it in my bags anyway, we may as well temporarily have it over here so that we can store more stuff in it, right? Yeah, why not? I'm pretty tough, so I can carry it without too much detriment. Cool. Excellent. Okay. Oh, Bugajoy says that he could merge my arrow with his arrow. That's true. You could do that. And actually, that's a fine idea. But, should I wait? Or it doesn't matter if I wait and do it then. You know what? That's a great idea. Before I take off, did you go into Kaladim? Is that what happened? You must have. So I'll go hand you the arrow because it's not going to do me any good. It's a +4 arrow. It should be very beneficial for you. And he also says, do you have bags for every slot? No, of course not. You can use Scarab Carapace to get a helmet in Kaladim. Nice. Anyways, hopefully it's a wonderful helmet. How many Scarab Carapaces do you need to make one helmet? All right, there he is, coming back this way. Okay. Oh, trade has been opened. Excellent. And an arrow from my end of things. This item will not be able to be traded back to you once the trade is finalized. Are you sure you wish to trade your arrow +4? Why, yes. Yes, I do. I am. And all that. Now, how do we know when the trade is ready to be made? Shall I just click trade now? Two Scarab Carapaces is all it takes. It's nice. I don't think that I have. Well, maybe I have two. I don't know. I have one right here. I might have another somewhere else. Definitely have one here. Let's go ahead and click the trade button. Maybe. Oh, it turned my name green when I clicked ready, I think. So hopefully it turned it green on his side. So that's how we knew that they were ready? Maybe. Don't know. Definitely appeared to turn it green unless I'm just crazy, which is also possible. Okay. Well, I think I better go ahead and call it for the night. It was, of course, a pleasure streaming with all of you, and hopefully I'll see you all again soon. If you're not following me, be sure to follow me and turn on notifications so that you can see the next time that I go live. Everybody go check out the Discord and get me active on there, okay? I'm trying my best, but I need a little encouragement, okay? Hopefully I will see you all later. For now, have a good night.